assets are tied to Social Security. Right?
Okay, we're gonna say all security assets.
Okay, but not all assets are connected to
All
a security.
you're right. You got that one. You got that one. Let me rephrase. All security.
Hey, what's up? Bear with me while I go on a little rant. I'm going to talk about something a bit off topic for this channel, but it certainly gets under my skin, and it should get under yours too. If you clicked on the thumbnail, you know exactly what I'm going to talk about. Those filthy, slimy scammers. And of course, I'm aware that scammers come in all shapes, sizes, races, and colors. But specifically, as a black man, I want to talk about the scammers who target their own people. Now, I need to start out by saying I'm absolutely not qualified to give financial advice. I'm only using common sense. And with all that out of the way, let me explain why I'm even talking about this subject. I have to give a shout out to guys like Pocket Watching with JT, Spencer Cornelia, and Cam James for videos they've done exposing scammers, amongst a bunch of other YouTubers who do similar things. The reason I pointed out those three is that they have spent some time exposing some African American scammers, while also pointing out the despicable tactics they use to make themselves wealthy while giving nothing to the people that they sucker into the scam. Everyone, no matter their background, has the desire to be wealthy and stress-free. Now, while I totally agree that money can't buy happiness, anyone that tries to tell you that money can't fix problems has never been broke. And to too many African Americans, the goal is just not to be broke. So if something comes along that sounds great, person is doing it, and they seem to be very wealthy and doing very good, we automatically gravitate towards that. The problem is these scammers know that, and they use it to their advantage. They know that there's a ton of misinformation and a lack of financial literacy among the black community. And instead of making an effort to teach people financial literacy, they rather suck them into a scam and take their money. The problem is that plan actually works. Too many people get caught up in this influencer/scammer stepping out of a private jet or getting into or out of an exotic car with nice clothes, exotic clothes, the type of clothes that you would never actually see an actual billionaire wearing, by the way. Side note, that ordinary looking gray t-shirt that Mark Zuckerberg wears, it's like $400. So yeah, when you actually have wealth, you don't have to flaunt it. But back to the subject. Why do these scammers target their own community? It's likely because when we see another black face, we automatically feel like we relate to that person. They say, hey, yeah, I know the struggle. I struggled just like you have. Follow me, I'm going to show you how to get rich. And that's what makes these scams so despicable in my opinion. So what types of scams am I even talking about? Well, there's lots of them out there. We all know about MLMs, multi-level marketing schemes, basically pyramids. If someone comes to you with an offer and says, hey, I can show you how to make money, you need to come to this meeting that we're having, there's going to be food, all this other stuff. Yeah, once you get to the presentation, then you find out you have to pay to get in and you have to get other people to join. And once you get 3 people and they get 3 people, blah, 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 all the BS. It's an MLM. And if for some reason you're not sure, Google it. They'll probably try to say something to you during the presentation about like, yeah, don't look at the negative stuff online and all this. It's all BS. Google it. Look up if that, whatever company it is a scam. It most likely is. And you need to tell the person that invited you, don't invite me to anything else ever again. Not a wedding, not a birthday, not anything. Next one. And this happens with the crypto scams and Ponzi schemes. If they tell you to deposit money into some kind of account, but then you can't actually withdraw it as cash whenever you want, it is almost 199% likely that it's a Ponzi scheme and you need to stay away from it. Another type of scam is the I'm gonna sell you a course scam. Oh my God, these people get on my nerves. First of all, these folks aren't making nearly the money that you think they are using the techniques that is in their course. Their course is a bunch of BS and borderline illegal most of the time. And they're almost always inflating how much they've earned through that course, through those techniques. It's all BS. Like, really think about it. Is Warren Buffett or Jay-Z out here selling courses? And they get people to believe that they can take this money, it's an investment, and they can earn a lot of money fast. when it's just not the way it really works. Like, you really just have to be patient with your money. The problem is, in the Black community, a lot of us are impatient when it comes to money. It's almost like we want to skip the part of life where we live comfortable and go straight to being rich, when you could just make a few smarter decisions with your money and live a more comfortable life, which will allow you to then in turn make even better decisions with your money, and over time build some of the wealth that you're striving for with these BS courses. Think about how many people you know who claim that they just don't make enough money, or they don't have enough, or they just want to get ahead, but they always have new shoes, new clothes, a new car. Well, what if they just took a fraction of that money and did something smarter with it? The problem is, too many folks think the smarter thing is to give some of that money to a so-called guru, when it will probably be much smarter to just pay a financial advisor to get their finances in order, and perhaps get them on the road to the financial freedom that they're looking for. But for some reason, too many of us would rather give our money to people with hood business names, like a name that implies felonious intent in the name. It doesn't make any sense, and I'm not going to give these people enough credit to say their names here in this video. If you've seen them, you know who I'm talking about. It's honestly just ridiculous. Now, I worked in adult and juvenile corrections for a long time, and I know there are very, very intelligent people behind bars. And when they get out, some of them have great lives and they do great things with their lives. But then there are those that get out and somehow become real estate experts, financial advice experts, crypto experts. And they want to use their credibility as someone who was in jail or in prison as a way to bring in customers in the Black community. Why do we give them so much credit? It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion. If your idea is, well, I just want to support a Black person that's doing something like this, well, why can't you support a Black person that went to school to become a financial advisor to give you actual certified advice? I mean, honestly, would you rather pay $500 to some fake guru for a lie, or $100 to a certified financial advisor for the truth? At a bare minimum, just do some research. You can look up the things that Warren Buffett has said over the years and other very wealthy people. You can get an idea of some of the things that they did to amass such wealth. Now, I will say that a lot of them had a head start in life compared to many of us, but they did make a lot of smart financial decisions over the years, and that translates to anyone. I'll end with this. There's plenty of information out there for nearly anything you want to know. If you want to have your own trucking business, that information is out there for free. If you want to learn about real estate, there are countless resources, even at your public library, for free. If you want to learn about crypto, don't trust some asshole selling a course. You can look it up and find out all that stuff for free. If you want to learn the stock market, all that information is out there, and you can start very small. You can do something as simple as putting $100 into an ETF and just watching it grow over time. At the very least, you'll start to understand how the system works. Now that I've said all that, I want to thank anyone that actually watched this video. Like I said, this is something a little different than what's normally on our channel, but I wanted to get on a soapbox for a minute. So if you like it, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and I may have more in the future. Thanks again.